It's not Mr. Hackett, played by Robert Duvall. It's his boss. And he calls him in and he says, "You have meddled with the tidal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and you will atone. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back, Mr. Beale. They must," and he breaks down, "they must be allowed to buy U.S. companies, Mr. Beale. They must be allowed to buy shares in this network, Mr. Beale. They must buy U.S. shares, Mr. Beale, because it's the ebb and flow of international capitalization." Am I getting through to you, Mr. Beale? And they actually talk about, because that was all in the news at the time. A lot of this isn't even secret. And so the Arabs have been totally scammed for 30-plus years. They've invested almost all their money in the T-bills and the dollar. And when they bring that down, they're going to bring the Arabs down. The globalists are going to move everything basically to China. And when Williams was telling me all this, it's already hidden in plain view. I already knew everything he was telling me, but this is from a Bilderberg Group level individual confirming it. And just wait till we go over it.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
We now take you live
To the Central Texas Command Center.
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Okay, let me try to sum this up simply, and then we'll go into more detail when Lindsey Williams joins us. There is a collection of private central banking families who were able to get most European countries, England, and the United States within the last 200 years or so, 1815 in England, similar time frame in continental Europe, not till 1913 in the United States, but they were able to position themselves to control the issuance of currency and credit. So they could buy up the world, buy up any media, buy up governments, do anything. They control the issuance of currency and credit through the governments, but they are paid interest on the right for the government to produce money. So they control all of the credit. Now, the Arabs have their own banking system that is based on upfront fees and has trillions and trillions of dollars in it because usury is illegal under Islamic law. Now, that's another big reason the globalists want to overthrow those countries and put in new regimes who will play ball with them and allow the big banks to basically destabilize them, break them down through economic and societal turmoil, and then come in and finance their reconstruction. And there's so many multivariate, multifaceted, I'm quoting a video clip that's coming up in a moment, things that go into this, but everything's being converted into a corporate world government. In the 1970s, they put out Rollerball with James Caan, all about energy sectors and global unions and 10 unions that form a global union, and where there's different sectors and how certain nations are only allowed to produce certain things. One country's manufacturing, another communication, another energy. And then the UN sits above that with the only military force, or the fascist symbol of the hatchet on top of the bundle of sticks, binding them together. And this is what globalism and the New World Order is. This is what they teach at Harvard and Yale and at the public school of public affairs at UT. Aaron Dykes went there, has a degree from there. And they taught world government's good, global corporate control, one world currency. And so when I hired him, it was a perfect fit because he'd been there, but they'd tried to teach him it was all good. And obviously here, he knew it was all true because he'd already been taught all that, just we have a different perspective. We don't want some far-off, unelected globalist who happen to be eugenicist, who want to set up a planetary regime, get us all under debt, shut down society, have one-child policies, and basically phase out and cull out the population. But Aaron, when he got here, would just laugh at the mainstream media saying there's no world government, there's no new world order, when all he was taught was that it was good and it was great. And you hear these college students calling in, especially people going for their masters and their PhDs. Same thing with Steve Watson. He's got a master's in political science from a university in England. The one in Nottingham. The point is, he was taught all that. So why can he now write articles, understand it all? Because the enemy taught him everything he knows. The enemy was there telling Steve Watson and telling Aaron Dykes that, yes, we're going to have a global government. Yes, we're going to control everybody, but it's for your own good. So they have movies like Rollerball in the 70s, where they rolled it out in a fictional account to pre-program and basically acclimate people. They put out movies like Network, very well done. We're going to play a clip here with Ned Beatty, who's the big corporation chief, and he's calling in the news anchor who went live on air, kind of had a breakdown. That is, he broke into reality. And he says, look, we can't allow the Arabs to own this TV network. And so he gets called into the CEO's office, not of the network, but of the company that owns the network. And he says, look, let me explain to you how this really works. Okay, and you haven't just stopped a merger here or this company being bought. You have caused serious shockwaves throughout the global system. And then he tells them the global system will be no war, no famine, total peace. Kind of like Emperor Palpatine saying, now that we've killed all the Jedi, there will be peace. Yeah, peace meaning scorched earth, siege, annihilation, genocide, the oldest form of total war, completely wipe your enemy out, financially, psychologically, dumbing everyone down. It's full spectrum dominance. The globalists are threatened by intellect, by private property, by anyone of means who isn't part of their system. And if you watch Rollerball or you watch Network, both came out in the mid-70s, it's mercantilism. It's in the Associated Press again today. It broke a few weeks ago that China is internally putting pressure because they own over $1 trillion of, quote, U.S. T-bills, U.S. debt instruments, that they're ordering the Treasury to order the SEC to allow the Chinese to buy up critical infrastructure. Oil fields, toll roads, media companies, giant positions in stock markets, not the stocks being traded, the stock markets themselves. The Germans, the EU, driven by the Germans, are now taking over the New York Stock Exchange. It's all merging right now. And they've got this mercantilism where China keeps their currency low. Yeah, there's the headline, AP Business. China, state firms to hand over more profits. No, that's not it. It's a headline of China. Let me give you the exact headline. China used U.S. debt holdings to pressure U.S. Here, I'll just dig it out. Problem is I put all these articles together. There's so many, and then, it doesn't matter. It's all over the news. Everybody knows about it. I'm going to find it here because I don't want to just say something and then not have it. Maybe it's in my global stack. There it is. Cables show China used debt holdings to press U.S., and that's out of AFP, but it's also an AP. Good job, Marley. Okay, so there, documented that for you. But it's all about the globalist at the banking level above countries with a balance of power so that nation states can't be strong and independent, and then all the power is in the hand of the offshore globalist. And so China keeps their currency way low, basically devalued, so no one can compete with them. They have internal tariffs against our goods getting in. NAFTA and GATT and these international trade agreements are used with all these third world countries to leverage the U.S. with labor cost and with environmental regulations we have here and oppressive taxes to where you physically cannot make the products in many cases here in the U.S. And Mexico's losing its jobs now to China. And so is India. No one can compete with it, because they've got giant slave factories where they've got to put big nets around their 5- and 10-story buildings because people are committing suicide by the score every day. They're now drugging the workers so that they'll submit. Japan's looking at drugging their workers with lithium. The U.S. government was in the news 2 days ago calling for it. I mean, they're bringing in a system so dehumanizing that they're openly saying we're going to drug you and put suicide nets up. That's the model. China, already doing it. So it's mercantilism. And I go back to this 300 plus years ago. The British had really developed it, but the French economics professors developed the tome or the handbook of mercantilism, and I've talked about it before, but to understand New World Order globalism, you got to understand this. This is the key to everything. French possessions, say in the case of the eastern half of Hispaniola, what's Haiti today, they would not allow, under penalty of imprisonment or death, even French citizens who were living there and running sugarcane plantation, slave plantations, to build a pickaxe, to forge a shovel, to make a firearm, to have any value-added product. There were even rules against glass, against blowing glass. And you can study this same thing in the British-run colonies that is, of course, the original 13 states. Before that, the 13 colonies. And then later when people would revolt, they'd say, okay, well, we'll just put a big tax on finished goods. They would only allow colonies to produce raw material